I'm back on the air. Now, we started the show a little bit late today. Because you guys know that today was that thing with Investors Live. Now, Investors Live had set up a free webinar. Investors Live set up a free webinar. What's going on, Adam? And basically they were giving, quote unquote OTC training today. It was a free webinar. Anybody could attend. It was about an hour long. It was okay. Do they do as detailed as we do? I don't think so. I honestly don't think so. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me. Today's October 18th, 2016. Episode number 65 now. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming into the show. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, Spartan Financial, Mr. Lloyd. So, yeah, I just got back from that Investors Live seminar. And these are supposedly, really great traders. And, I go there and I'm thinking I'm going to get some detailed game and setup. And I didn't get shit. I wasted a whole damn hour and 15 minutes of my damn time when I could have been doing my own show. Right? And it just goes to show you that with a lot of people, you go and see what they're doing. They're not really teaching anything. And of course, towards the end of the webinar, they're asking me for $199.99 to sign up for their whatever program. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, what a damn joke. So here's what I do have to offer, though. If you like Investors Live, okay, and you like what they do there, today I'm going to offer you guys the Tandem Trader DVD torrent link, which is over 12 hours of trading information, learning. And it's good, too. It's not trash. It's good. It's a $1,300 DVD, and I'm going to put the torrent in the chat room in just a moment. I'm going to put the torrent in the chat room. Some of you guys may already have it. But I wasn't impressed by it. I don't know if anybody else in here in the chat room was over there, but I was not impressed by what I was learning over there. I honestly really wasn't. We spent an hour and 15 minutes. For 20 minutes, he talked about himself. And after that, it was just like, okay, what are we doing right now? All right. So let's get to our show, man. Let's get to our show. Obviously, look, our list, another night of amazing stock picks we picked last night that did extraordinarily well today. Now, BBEPQ scared the shit out of me because I'm thinking okay, is this stock going to crash? Because it opened up high, but, gapped down. Well, it didn't gap down, but it moved down. Okay. It moved down. And sure enough, as you can see here, it moved down in the morning. It's like as if people had, decided, okay, I'm going to sell. Okay. And it just sold, man. It just sold. Okay. Eventually, the real traders came in to save the day. But for the most part, it was a lot of fear in that stock today. I don't pay for any trading DVDs, man. I don't pay for any trading DVDs. I don't need a VPN to download these torrents. I don't know where people think you need these VPNs and you got to hide behind all these things. This is not like Hollywood movies and shit. Like if you download movies and you download music, then you can go get all those VPNs and shit. But, if you're downloading books, if you're downloading trading DVDs, they're not going to come after you, man. The cost of coming after you is more than what they could probably get out of you because you're getting the DVDs because you probably ain't got shit. Can we keep it 100? You're getting the DVD because you ain't got shit. You're hoping that the DVD is going to change something about the way you trade so you can have something. So if they're mad that you're getting a DVD, they ain't going to get nothing out of you. You ain't got nothing. Okay? So, again, ladies and gentlemen, I was impressed with a lot of stocks we picked yesterday. I mean, everything from SRNA, my promotion, which, by the way, guys, I'm blown away. Again, I only wanted like 25%. Bad Scientist, you called me up the other day and said, what do I look out of my trades? I said 25%. SRNA has now given me more than that. More than that SRNA. And will I get more? Will I stay in? I don't know, brother. I really don't know. 832, what's going on?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, is this Connor? Hey, Connor, what do you think about the webinar, man? I appreciate you for inviting me.
That thing, I was just asking you, that kind of sucked.
Yeah, it sucked ass. It sucked ass. And honestly, I thought it was terrible. And honestly,
I didn't even know if you watched it.
Yeah. I watched it. I mean, I was off the show. I could have did the show, and I'm starting an hour late. I just started the show like 5 minutes ago.
That's right. And I should have known how much what you was doing. Yeah.
So
that was just kind of horrible.
Right. Because I was thinking, man, the analysis. Yeah. The analysis that we do here on this show is far superior than what they're doing, and those are supposed to be like the pro traders, man.
Yeah, man, that's shit, dude. Yeah. So that's exactly why I'm on paper on chat.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I can't see spending money for that. Like, for what? You know, like, what are they giving you? You know,
right?
You're paying. They want you to buy this DVD for $1,000.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, I downloaded that for free.
Hell
now, the DVD goes in a little more detail. You can actually learn a little something from the DVD.
Yeah, and that's exactly why I'm going to give away the DVD in the chat room to people who are watching right now. It's the 12-hour Tandem Trader DVD from Investors Live. Okay, don't hate the player, hate the game. All right, don't sue me, sue Pirate Man.
And watch Textbook Trader too. I've watched both of those.
Yes, Textbook Trader. That's the 8-hour DVD. That's a really good one too.
Yeah, I've watched all those DVDs. But yeah, man, he didn't really offer much. But man, that list today, huh? How about that list?
Yes. I mean, it was awesome, man. I mean, CANN did well. MJNA did well. SRNA did well. Line Q. All the oil Q stocks, basically. So, I mean, if you weren't afraid, CBIS, if you weren't afraid, you did really well today. CBIS really just knocked it out the park. I couldn't believe how well CBIS did. I mean, that was insane. Too.
EBIO.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm in EBIO overnight.
EDIO. Yeah, that's the one you sent me. EBIO. Yeah. Let me look at that chart real quick.
EBIO.
Let me see here.
I played it today, and then I got in at the close at like 2:35 or 3:35 or whatever it is.
Now, what had this catch your eye? Because I see here it opened up relatively slow, but it just kind of woke up. So what made it kind of come on your list? Did you do like a scan or something like that? Because I'm looking at the chart, and from like 9:30 to 11, I wouldn't see anything that would had brought my interest to it.
Yeah, during the day, I just I run a 4% scan, a 4% scan. Anything that's up 4%.
Okay.
And I scanned for that, and that came up. That was one of the stocks. As soon as I got in, I played it at. You see how it's flagged twice during the day?
Mm-hmm.
Got that little stair step twice.
Yeah, I see that here.
I got in at the second flag and wrote it up. Then it got out, and then I got in at the end of the day at like, what's it at right now? What's the stock at right now?
It's at 244 now.
Yeah, I got in at like 235 at the end of the day, but then I got in. I played it for intraday move too,
Yeah,
and then got out of that, and I got back in at the end of the day, hoping it's going to gap up. So I'm up like 10 cents on it on my overnight position.
Now EBIO is just really a bounce, right? It looks like it has been bearish for a couple weeks now, and it looks like it's just kind of bouncing off this $2 price here exactly. I'm trying to find maybe in the past where $2 was ceiling for it. I don't see it. Oh, well, actually there was a drop at $2 back in January, but I wouldn't have thought that would have been a support for the price today. Really interesting to see how the stock really bounced off that 2 today. And
you got BBEQ, did you say?
You know what, BBEQ? No, man, I did not get into.
What is it?
BBEPQ. And I started off the show talking about that because it faded out, man. Like towards as soon as the morning it started to fade, and I'm like, okay, where are we going with this? Are we, what I'm saying, is the game over for BBEQ already? But come to find out, it did find some support there at 39.40, and eventually, it kind of found its way back up there. Now, there's some people in BBEQ today alone who found themselves up almost 10 cents just today. And it's really interesting because this level that it's at right now is a previous support level for the price. So whether or not the stock is going to bounce off that tomorrow, we're going to find out. But this level where BBEQ is at now is a very interesting level in the past, where it has been support for the stock in the past. So we'll see if, and again, we talked about how
ETUUQ or whatever too. I played that today. I think also I got in KN. I played a bunch of names today.
Yeah, they were all over the place today, so it was real nice.
They were all a lot of the names we were talking about last night were up. KN, CBIS. I mean, they all ran at the open. KN, CBIS, MJNA. I mean, the majority of them are running at the open.
KN is unstoppable.
Gave a little bit back.
KN is
some of them gave a little bit back.
Yeah, KN is absolutely unstoppable. I don't know how far that's going to go, and that's a low float OTC play running like it's on a damn Dow or something like that. How stable that chart's looking. That's insane.
Man. If you would have stuck to the names that we talked about last night, I mean, you had a good easy chance to make money. I mean, they were all moving.
Yes,
they were all moving. That's there's Can right there.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, that's Can right here. And again, this is where the loose hands start to run out, because what happens is in Can, when people start jumping in because it's going to go higher, especially weak money, and they hit a ceiling, they get scared really quickly, so they tend to jump out. And this is kind of where the real investors jump in, and these are the real investors right here who kind of come in and find that support and take it back up, because this is just easy money here. These are emotional traders. These are people who, oh my God, it doesn't look like it's going to go up, I'm out, and they always sell for a loss. They get in quick and they get out quick, always for a loss. Yeah, always,
man. But yeah, I just wanted to call and see if you watched the webinar, man. I was impressed.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the call, man.
Then, and also, man, I thought that when I first told you about the webinar, I thought Nate was going to be the one putting it on.
Yeah.
And then when I found out it was that guy, Cody, I watched some of his videos before on YouTube, and all his videos are the same way. Like, he doesn't really, it's like, I don't understand why, basically every video is just like, remember how you said, like, in the webinar, how you said that he just talked about himself?
Yeah.
So, well, that's what he does in his videos. He just says, like, he'll just go over, like, I took this trade, I got in here, got out here.
That's not, people don't want you to hear you speak about yourself and all that crap. So,
and if you're going to speak about you got in a trade, at least tell people why and what you were thinking. Like, I don't know. So when I found out that it was him, I was already kind of like, oh, man, this dude.
Definitely, man.
But all right.
Appreciate the call, bro.
All right.
Yeah, shout out to Connor. He invited me again to that Investors Live seminar. I wasn't impressed. But for those of you guys who missed out on it, you didn't really miss anything. But I'm going to give the Tandem Trader DVD. Again, this is a $1,300 DVD. I'm going to give you the link to it right now. Some of you guys may already have it. It's an absolutely incredible DVD, absolutely free. Get it on Pirate Bay. Those of you guys who are afraid to download it, whatever, don't download it then. That's fine. All right, so it's in the chat room right now. Go ahead and take advantage of that. CANN. Yeah, man, CANN just kind of continues its awesome rise, man. I mean, this is not showing any kind of, any kind of like resistance to its incredible growth. And when we look at CAN and you spread the chart out a little bit, okay, when you spread the chart out a little bit, as we had a caller yesterday talk about how, if you spread the chart out and you look at previous years, you do see those ceilings, okay? You do see those ceilings. And for CAN, I do see a ceiling up there at 563. Now, we're not there yet. But that's obviously, other traders see it because we see it. So if you're in CAN, CANN, a much more expensive stock, all right? Those of you who are in it, you got a lot more on the line. Just be aware that it is up there. It is up there. You see it, and please believe other people see it as well. Okay? Yes, indeed. Somebody sent me an email on SRNA like, hey, man, are you going to stay in? I don't know, man. Again, I was only looking for 25%. I was only looking for 25% since my email. Now we're up almost 35%. And I honestly, to be 100 with you, I'm going to be looking to take profits tomorrow. I'm in SRNA because it's been absolutely incredible. I'm not one to be greedy with it, man, because, it's all about the next trade and the next trade and the next trade. So it could go up, but I don't care. There's always going to be another trade after that. So for those of you guys who are in SNRA, if you see a $2,500 sale on level 2, that's me. It's a couple thousand shares. I am out. Good return. Okay, but I want in on BBEPQ, but we'll see, man. I gotta one more day and figure out whether or not this is real or not. We had a ton of good runners today. I don't know if any of you guys is in CBIS at all. That was one on the list yesterday again. That again, another incredible run for these cannabis stocks, which just don't seem to be stopping, man. They just kind of want to keep going and going and going. Now, look, these are going to come down. They're going to come down. All right. It's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. Okay. It's absolutely a matter of when. And, we're getting to that point where it's going to start becoming hot potato. Okay. And, again, when we look at CBIS, again, spread the chart out, man. Spread the chart out. The stock has been here before. So CBIS, tomorrow is a very, very important day for CBIS. Okay, the stock has been here before. Spread the chart out. CBIS, we're going to put that on the list for tomorrow. A lot of these stocks that were on the list today got to be on the list again tomorrow. Okay, because they all put up dumbass numbers, man. Dumbass numbers. What I took from the webinar, what was good, though, was the fact that they said a really interesting thought, and they talked about how when you're looking to make a trade, think about the person making the reverse, doing the reverse, or does it look good on the other side? Meaning, if you're going to purchase, right, you're about to make a buy, does it look good to short where you're buying? All right, does it look good to short where you're buying? It's a really interesting question. I haven't thought about buying that way. Mr. Lloyd, you're on the air.
Hey, what's going on, Sal? What's going on, everybody?
What's going on, Mr. Lloyd? You don't sound too good, man. What's up?
Woo! Because, we were just talking about it yesterday, getting into stocks that's already running. And
Yeah.
I'm pissed because I sat there and talked about CVIS at 40 cents. I said, hey, this is a real company, real quality.
Yes.
And I hesitated, as you said, got scared because you never expect these things to go up.
Yeah. But you know what, Mr. Lloyd, what a lot of great traders, and again, I read a lot of the traders, and also if you can, there's a page on YouTube. It's called Interview with Traders or something like that. It's called like Chat with Traders. And I watch a lot of those videos over there too. They say, many of the traders there will say that the trades that they were scared about the most, those were the ones that made them the most money. And the ones that you feel overly confident about, those are the ones where you lose. Seriously, seriously, if you think about it, when you look at a chart, right? And if you've ever not taken a trade and then you go back and you're like, damn, I should have took that trade. The one that you were scared about, the reason you didn't take that trade is because you were scared. But that would have made you more money than the trade you did take that you weren't afraid of. So it's crazy, man. It's like when you really start to feel that fear, that might be the trade you need to make. Right.
And with CANN, man, over the summer I was enrolled into the Cana Investors magazine, and I was looking at it. I mean, there's a bunch of plays in there, man. But I thought about putting in some money into it, but with all these weed plays, when I was starting to learn my fundamentals, I found a lot of these plays to be scandalous. So I kind of steered away from the marijuana plays because I didn't want to be, because I had a bad taste in my mouth with Friendables. So I said, you know what, I'm not going to mess around with these right now. So, so yeah, man. So actually, BAS, I had hot fingers this morning. So it went up to 75 cents. And I started to take profits because I knew it was going to go down to probably about 60 cents and come back up. And damn Robinhood, the shit went up so quick I couldn't hit my fingers fast enough. So I took $200 a day, man, and it feels pretty good, man. It feels good to, even though I lost more than what I took today, but it feels good to actually take some money. So yeah. I think I'm learning not to hold overnight anymore because you never know what's going to come out.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying, as far as the news. So definitely we'll figure out something, man. But anyways, in regards to that webinar you saw today, man, I used to look at those all the time, and you're right, you don't really learn anything. And then at the end, hey, for $19.95, we can give you,
man, it's a bunch
all
of
these
bullshit,
lessons.
Man. It's a bunch of bullshit. You don't learn nothing, and at the end of the webinar, hey guys, we're running this special. Well, guess what? I'm giving your DVD in my chat room free of charge. Put in a link in the description in the chat room again for those of people who missed it. But that's a $1,300 DVD. It's 12 hours of training. Those of you guys, we already give the Tim Sykes DVDs out here free. Stop scamming the people, man. Stop scamming the people. Wasting an hour of my damn time. I could have been running my own damn show.
Right. Bat said, how come I'm not using the VWAP, takes out the, there's so many technicals out there, man. I mean, really, I guess you have to find your comfort zone. I mean, I really don't know how to use a VWAP, and as for intraday, I never really studied intraday, but what I notice is that the more I learn, the more I forget about the stuff I initially learned about. And so it's like, if you really understand Spanish, then you start learning Chinese and Japanese, and you almost forget everything comes together. So I really, I need to really stick to it and really focus on one set of things. And if it doesn't work, then we'll move on. But it's very easy to get sidetracked with everybody's method because they're making money. However, they understand their method and how they do it, and it may not work for you because everybody thinks differently. So if you're not in that person's head, you can't really use, all these indicators look great, man, but the thing of it is that is it going to make you money for your style of trading?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. But when it comes to indicators, I've learned less is more, man. In fact, the more indicators you have on there, it just seems like It's paralysis of analysis. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
You
right.
start second guessing yourself, or you start becoming dependent on the trade. That's why when you watch these DVDs or you read books, you take a little
Right.
here and there. Again, you know what I'm saying? I got my notes, man. I write down notes. I got a whole book of everything, little things, and you go over
Right.
the stuff and the material that you write down so you can
Right.
eventually learn to master it and develop your own trading scheme for yourself. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And that you hope that, of course, what's his name? Malcolm. Gosh, I forgot this guy's book, Malcolm Roberts or something like that, where I'm trying to put in my 10,000 hours. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that eventually over time you can master this, and it's almost
Right.
becomes like riding a bike for you. You know?
Right. So and just one last comment on that, man. I mean, if I took everybody's indicators in this room and my own, hell, I ain't gonna be able to see the chart no more. I'm just gonna be looking at indicators.
Right.
So, so I just need to take a step back and really, define on what I want and what I need to be, because as a VWAP, you can only use it with intraday. But I've never really been taught with intraday. I can only look at day charts. So it really doesn't benefit me with my style, but I definitely would take a look at it. But then again, it's hard to memorize all these things. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, man, yeah, that's So I need to find my next play for tomorrow. There's a pump right now. I received the email this afternoon for MJNA.
Okay.
So I'm wondering, man.
Yeah, MJNA. I mean, look, it's at it's at its 52-week high, man. 9 cents. It touched 9 cents today, cooled off there. So MJNA is already kind of up there, and we'll see what happens. For MJNA, can it go higher? Time will tell. But it hasn't been at these prices in almost it looks like May of 2015. Yeah, May of 2015. Looks like it did touch it before, but
Right.
very, very, very interesting to see MJNA at these prices.
And I'm gonna be real pissed if it turns into another can marijuana.
Oh.
We're gonna look back at this and be like, we had the opportunity to get in at 8 cents,
Yeah.
and
I mean, if you compare MJNA to those other stocks, this one's actually been slower. You got to understand, the gain in MJNA started at 4, so the stock is just now reaching 100%. Whereas if you look at CAN, if you look at OWCP, if you look at what's it called, like MYDX or some of those other SFAR and all, those are at 1,100, 1,200, 1,300%. So MJNA has been the laggard of all the stocks that have been running recently.
Right. Well, cool, man. Well, thanks for letting me have the floor, man. If I come across anything cool for tomorrow, definitely definitely call back in.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
All right, have a good day. All right,
All
thanks.
right.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Lloyd, appreciate the call, man. Appreciate the call. Started off the show late, so we're going to get to starting this list for tomorrow. All right, because I know I don't want to keep you guys up late. I got to have CBIS back on there. Got to have CBIS on there. We got to find out if BBEPQ is real, man. If BBEPQ is real. So I'm going to put BBEPQ back on the list. For my U-Stock traders and my Robinhood people. Okay, from my Robinhood people. Okay, we got some stocks for you too. Okay, and I was really looking forward to seeing what SPU was going to do. Jay brought that up yesterday, and I was watching. I'm like, okay, what's going on? Is this going about to jump or what? So 1% gain for SPU, which is really interesting because SPU has a tendency to bounce off a green day. It doesn't bounce off a red day. It'll bounce off a green day. This was really rare here where again, when you had the stock kind of, bounce off a sideways. See, it looks like it opened here down and just kind of bounced up here. So very, very interesting. As you can see here, a drop, then big green day. Drop. Is there going to be a big green day here? Drop, green day. You know what I'm saying? Drop, green day. So we got the red day. We got the drop. We got the drop. Are we going to see a big green day? So SPU, I'm watching SPU tomorrow, man. I'm watching SPU tomorrow. And again, just look through the charts, man. Just look through the charts. And I like where it's setting up. Look where it's setting up right now. Look where it's setting up right now for SPU. This has historically been a price level where it's wanted to do things. So for you people who are in U stock trade, you're in Robinhood, okay? Let me put that horizontal line there. Let me put that horizontal line right there. Okay. It did its thing, came back down. Did its thing, came back down. Did its thing, back down. So I don't mind getting in here. I think this is a high probability trade at SPU. And look at the highs that it got to. You know, $13, $19, $20. I'm not saying it's going to repeat that. I'm just saying it's a high probability trade. Would you guys agree with me? I think so. I think so. So we'll see what happens there with SPU tomorrow. I'm watching that very, very carefully. I'm watching that very, very carefully. OPTT. Again, I thought that bounce was going to happen today in the stock, which kind of got there yesterday. I didn't see it happen today. In SPU. So I'm not, you know, we'll see. It was on the list last night, but I wasn't impressed with the stock last night, today. I wasn't impressed with it today at all. Let me see if our friend GEN, GEN is a stock that, again, it's a stock that we talked about here on the show. It's a real safe kind of play. It's a real kind of safe play. You know, this is kind of one of those things where too we're kind of looking for it to kind of break out of these 260s, 270s here in GEN, and you know it's been now almost a month and it really hasn't been doing that. So I'm almost afraid that GEN could be breaking down. GEN, New York Stock Exchange stock, good company. I love the business, the long-term care business, the whole healthcare sector. You got people out here getting older, can't take care of their parents because they're working. All right, so they're sending their parents to these long-term care homes. All right, and these companies are making a lot of money, but this stock it hasn't been really showing that it's translating to the charts. It's not showing that it's translating to the charts. 919, you're on the air.
Hey, Sal, how's it going?
Hey, Bad Scientist, what's good with you, man?
Nothing much. I'm on the road this week in Wisconsin, but hey, just trying to make some money, man.
Yes, indeed. Always, every day. Tell us what you're looking at today.
Yeah, no, this is more of a question of, well, I got into specs, SPEX.
Okay.
But I kind of missed the initial action because I was working in the lab. Mm-hmm. So unfortunately didn't get round to it, but I did get it at the VWAP. If you look at the 5-minute chart at the VWAP, it pretty much held steady from about 10 o'clock Eastern time all the way until the end of day. Mm-hmm. So, you know, going back to what I said last week about VWAP, it really gives you a fair price to buy a stock. And it's up maybe 5 or 6 cents after hours. I'm hoping to maybe sell it tomorrow, unless, of course, it continues to go up.
Sure.
But enough about specs. I wanted to ask you about Cerner. What price did you get that at? Because I'm looking at the chart right now, and there's no sign of it coming down. I mean, I have the 4 exponential moving average right next to the 8 exponential moving average. And in fact, since it was at 10 cents, and that was way back, I think, towards the end of September 29th, it pretty much has not closed below the 4 exponential moving average. And even though there was one day when there was a pullback, I think on the 12th of October, that pullback, if you notice that candle on the 4 exponential moving average, it closed right on the 4 exponential moving average. And none of the other candles have closed below the 4 exponential. So right now, I mean, you look at the gradient of those lines and where the candlesticks are, it doesn't look like this stock is coming down anytime soon. Well,
go ahead, Bad Scientist.
No, go ahead, Sal. I was just gonna plot and see where the next break point would be. Looks like it's at 0.2166. So if it breaks below that 0.2166, then maybe you can sell it. But I actually cannot see, unless of course there's bad news tomorrow. I don't see this thing coming down. It's the lines are almost going as straight, going up as a steep mountain, and there's no curving off of those exponential moving averages. So I don't know. My hunch says stay in.
Okay.
It looks like today's candlestick was, I would call it maybe a pseudo shooting star. It might be that maybe it's going to be tapering off right now, but it does have a bit of a lower wick, so it's not a technical, it's not technically a shooting star. But when you get that long upper wick and then a small body, that's pretty much telling you that, the bears are now going to be stepping in.
Right. Well, I sent out the alert at 17 cents, and the goal was just really 5 cents, and had the opportunity now where we got up almost 10 cents a share, and again at 17 cents, you grab a ton of that. You know what I'm saying? And and I was such a big believer. I grabbed a considerable amount of shares, to say the least. And for
you definitely did well in this stock. Well beyond the 10% I was talking about.
And that's what was kind of surprising. That was kind of what's surprising. And now I'm just like, okay, how far is this going to go? And tomorrow though, I'm looking to see if we can't break 28. If we try tomorrow and we don't break 28, then I'm going to be looking to take profits. Okay.
But you know what the good news is about this stock still? Even today it closed well below the VWAP. So today it closed at what? 24.50?
About 24, 24.34 to 24. I would say
24.30, and VWAP is way above it at 26.36. So technically, if it continues going up tomorrow, people should get in at 26.36 or 26.38, because there's a whole almost like 2 cent difference there. Where if these averages, these exponentials cross the VWAP tomorrow, you should jump in again, even for people who've never gotten in. That's a buy right there. That's a buy signal.
We will see, ladies and gentlemen. We will see. If only we could predict the future.
Absolutely. Well, thanks, Sal. I don't want to take too much of your time today, because I know you're giving us a delicious list of stocks to watch.
Yes, indeed.
Tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Bad Scientist. Appreciate the call, man.
Thank you, Sal. Take care, man.
All right. So, yes, indeed, man. We really knocked it out the park with yesterday's list. I mean, you really couldn't go wrong with almost anything. You really couldn't go wrong with almost anything. Somebody had mentioned PHOT yesterday, and that wasn't even really on the radar at all. I put it on the list anyway, and it did incredibly well today. I was actually kind of surprised how well PHOT did. PHOT, dirt cheap. You could have grabbed a ton of that. 71 million shares traded on PHOT. Again, this is another stock you could have thrown in, $1,000. You would have got your money back. All right, you could have got your $100. Okay, if it was if that's your thing, okay, and made a little 10% on your money if you caught it, pretty early in the day. All right, if you caught it pretty early in the day, not bad for PHOT, and it might be a multiple day runner. We'll see what it does tomorrow. PHOT. All right, we will see what it does tomorrow. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on, Jay? I see Jay in the house tonight. Michael Greer, what's going on? Q Mason, everybody, Bill Bads, appreciate it. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. I didn't think so many people would join on because we started so late. Again, I went to the Investors Live thing. Terribly disappointed in what they have to offer there. Okay, so I told you guys we're giving away 2 DVDs from Investors Live. I gave you guys the 12-hour DVD. This is the 8-hour DVD now. The Investors Live Textbook Trader, not the Tandem Trader. This is the Textbook Trader DVD. I'm going to put that in the chat room right now. There it is. All right, there it is. That's the 8-hour Textbook Trader DVD. All right, don't hate a player, hate the game. All right, don't sue me, sue Pirate Bay. You know what I'm saying? Sue Pirate Bay. Don't sue me. Okay. Yes, indeed. So you've got 20 hours of penny stock training. Well, it's not necessarily penny stocks, but he does predominantly. I've noticed stocks typically, $15 and less. Some people wouldn't consider $15 a penny stock, but there are a lot of people out there who would tell you a $12 stock is a penny stock. All right. Yes, indeed. So there you guys go. 20 hours of DVD of stock training DVDs. 20 hours. That's more than enough. All right. And don't sit down one day and try to swallow it all. I mean, spread it out. I like 3-hour chunks, You know what I'm saying? And take it in that way when you're keeping notes, pausing, rewinding. You know what I'm saying? And doing it that way. Okay. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right. So, again, on the list, I'm putting PHOT again for tomorrow. I like PHOT again from today's list. Again, I was telling you guys about SPU. You got to watch SPU tomorrow. I think something could be happening there. And we'll see what happens. It's at a nice, safe price from, recent highs, where it's a high probability that you can earn some decent profit on there. And again, I want to look at that chart again because it's so lovely. So lovely when we look at SPU. Again, can I take that one off? Let me take that one off. So again, if you see that bottom red line here, the lighter red line, that's at where the actual price is right now, 635. But as you can see, that lower line there, again, this is after all the in-between incredible gains, and it looks like it's ready to set up for something else. And I think this is a high probability trade right now. Be careful because it could break down. But it's a high probability that it could be setting up for something higher. Okay, it could be setting up for something higher. What's going on, Aaron Brooks? It's been a minute. PHOT, yeah, PHOT is nice. What's going on, Raybo? MNTR, what is that? MetroCap. Oh, okay. OTC play, 57% gain today. God damn, okay. That's what's up. That was a nice move today for that stock. Nice move today, MNTR. We had a guy call in the show yesterday. He talked about how, these whole numbers, when these penny stocks go from, these OTC plays go from these, 30 cent, 40 cent into these whole numbers. Yes, they do become a little bit more easy to short, and your brokers will start to provide more liquidity in terms of being able to, find shorts for them. Typically, if you have a broker like maybe a speed trader or an interactive brokers, you have a little bit more of an exotic broker, you're going to be able to find shares to short of these. So you always got to be careful with that. But, very, very strong move past the dollar today, up 44 cents for 57% gain in the stock. Absolutely insane for MNTR. Didn't happen overnight, though. I mean, I can see here this stock was, treading up a little bit higher. But, man, that was what a strong move to end the day, too, after 3 o'clock. That was a pretty strong move. I got pissed off, Sinclair. You were talking about Sprint. Sprint would have been a great short today. Sprint would have been a great short if you saw what was the reason for this. I have no idea why Sprint acted like this to start the morning. I mean, the stock almost lost like 40 cents today. Stock lost almost 40 cents a share today. And this is all that automated trading. I mean, this is automated trading. This is people's stop losses being hit when you see these kind of, where it's almost like a ladder going down. These are people's stop losses just hitting. And then sure enough, people say, okay, this is kind of getting a little ridiculous now. And, it starts to tread higher. So, again, this is another opportunity where you got people in here who are up 30, 40 cents a share in one day. And, looking at that what's that ticker account, that Twitter account, Block Alert or whatever it's called. I think they changed the name now. But I saw tons of 250,000, 300,000 share blocks of Sprint here at the bottom. And there's no doubt in my mind, those guys made a killing today. Those guys made a killing today. Okay? No doubt in my mind, they made a killing today. Bill Betts, yeah, you really like FUTL. I see you've mentioned it quite a number of times. FUTL up 110% today. Bill, can you tell us a little bit about why this is up? Why is this moving so aggressively? This is not is this a marijuana play too? I'm seeing some news here about cannabis. It seems like anything weed affiliated is moving, and FUTL, it doesn't almost matter how weak the association could be, the stock will seem to run. I mean, they can release a press release saying we're talking about the cannabis business, or I saw a press release today from a company where they were talking about how big the cannabis business could be, and the stock was running. It was absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. In fact, I might be able to see if that's still up here. I'm not seeing it here on the OTC market site. It was on the main page. But they were just talking about how impressive it could just be. How impressive it could just be. Okay. Is my shit acting up again? Hold on here. Is my shit acting up again? It could be me because I've been, downloading torrents and shit today. I'm acting up a little bit, right? Let's deal with it. We almost done. I didn't even get a chance to restart my computer or anything like that today. So I've been on it straight since 7 a.m. So I haven't even restarted my computer or anything today. And God knows a ton of programs I've opened today. So if I'm slowing down, let me know. We're almost through it though. Yeah, it's so let's get to this list. Let's get to this list real quick. Let's get through this list real quick. So CBIS, BBEPQ, SPU, PHOT. I like that a lot still. Let's see, XGTI. XGTI took a dump today. I'm not feeling it. But it could be just a one-day thing, man. It could be just a one-day thing. So I'm not ready to shit on XGTI just yet. I'm not ready to shit on it just yet because it could continue to do something. It could continue to do something. All right, so I'm not ready to shit on the stock just yet. Okay, I'm not ready to shit on it just yet. Okay. So, yeah, I probably should have restarted my computer before I got online. Sorry about that, guys. So, let me go ahead and put out the list. Let me go ahead and put out the list because this shit's going to become unbearable in a minute. Let me put out the list for now, and that will call it a night. We'll call it a night. I know that's why I knew I should have just started my own show instead of watching those other people. I should have just went with my own damn show. CGRW. How did CGRW? God. Wow. Another impressive day for that stock. Okay. I like all the cues. I still like all the cues. All the cues look good. All right. Yeah, it sucks. I don't know. It just sucks. So I'm gonna call it a wrap. And I'll be back Thursday. Basically, guys, all the stocks that were running yesterday, they're running today. All the stocks that were running yesterday, they ran today. They're going to run tomorrow. Okay? So that's it. I'm going to leave it with that. Fuck it. This is going to become unbearable. And I'll talk at you guys tomorrow, man. I'm out of here. Let me just type it in the chat room. All the stocks that were hot yesterday will be hot tomorrow. See y'all. Yeah, I'm see y'all Thursday. Yeah, I mean, I've been on the computer since damn near 7 a.m. So I have not restarted my computer. I run a ton of programs during the day. I'm not surprised it's acting like this. All right. Good night, guys. I'll talk at y'all Thursdays. Later. Yeah, it's acting like shit right now. It's acting like shit. We out. Same